Hey, Coach Isner here. One of the jobs that I have right now is I am the manager of the Ranchos Cycling Elite Team. It's a development team, and we send some of our riders all over the U.S. to do lots of races. Some of them are going to nationals in Bend, Oregon. Some of them are going to Superweek, which is in Milwaukee. And tonight we're going to talk with Bryan Larsen about how Superweek is going on, what's happening out there. Super Week is one of the biggest race weekends in America. It's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's brutal. It's 2 weeks of racing. You can race every day if you want to. So it's really intense. So welcome, Bryan. How you doing?
I'm alive, so that's good.
You're alive, so that's good. That sounds kind of like a rocky answer. So how many races have you done so far?
I've done, I raced Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and today. I've done 4, but we're only going to say 3 1/4 for that one.
3
for that
1/4.
matter.
How is it that you've only done 3 1/4?
Friday's race was a little bit of a disaster for me. Backline start, and it was throttle that I averaged for the first 25K, I think 320 watts.
300.
And I was hanging on wheels at the back of the pack. It was just too technical of a course. It was single file the entire time, and guys were opening gaps and couldn't hold wheels, and I was just having to sprint around too much and lactate out, dropped out, I think 20 or 25K into the race. So it's only a quarter of the race, and I enjoyed watching the rest of the race from the sideline in the shade and the grass. But so we'll just say 3 1/4.
So and that was Friday. Was that what race was that? Was it your second race, your fourth race, your third
Yeah,
race?
that was my second race.
That
I
was
don't
your second
remember
race.
what the. If you're gonna ask me names of races, I probably couldn't tell you any of them except for today's race.
Right.
So
is this your first time doing Super Week?
no, this is actually my second time. But the first time I went, I was 15, and I was just a Cat 3 recently. Cat 3. I wasn't very experienced in the Cat 3s, and it was basically a disaster. The entire week was just awful. I think I finished like 2 races.
Yeah.
My housing was awful. I had no air conditioning. I was sleeping on cushions that you pull off of a couch. Just like 3 cushions off
Sounds
of
like
a
racing
couch.
in America to me.
Yeah, it was a disaster. So, but
So this
yeah.
is turning out to be a better experience than your first one.
Yes. I mean, like, everything about it has been better. Though I did have a little bit of a scare, and I think that subsided, so we're good. So.
Awesome. So you just recently upgraded to a Cat 1. This is true, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so that means that you're racing just below the pro level.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sweet. So you got one more step. And then
One more big step, as I found out this week.
one more big step.
I got a little work in front of me to work on, but I think it's doable.
Cool. So what would you say the difference is riding as a Cat 1 in such big races?
Between between the Cat 2s and the 1s, so far I haven't experienced a big difference. I guess a little bit more pressure because you are that one step below a pro, so you kind of like are expected to almost be at the same level. So Cat 2s, you can always be like, oh, well, I'm only a Cat 2 and I'm racing against Cat 1s and pros. Now you can't say that anymore. So, it's a little bit of a mental game within that aspect. I haven't done any NRC races yet, which are just pros and 1s.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't done any of those yet. But once I do those, I think I'll notice a difference pretty damn fast.
So is the racing at this race, because it's such a big event in America, can you tell a difference, like how many people are gunning for it and how hard they're going?
Oh yeah. I mean, we're averaging 300 watts for 2 hours in a crit. I mean, my first day crit was 2.5 hours.
That's a crit?
Yeah.
2 hours, okay.
2.5 hours was the first day's crit.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was 100K. Yesterday and today, they kind of messed up the laps, I think. Because I think we only did like 90K today and like 90K yesterday. So pretty sure that was actually an accident. So I wasn't complaining. I wasn't going to speak up or anything. Just tell them we still had another couple miles to go because it was enough for me.
Right on.
But I think I mean it's 2.5 hour crit. I don't know if it's like that. It's that much harder. It's just consistently longer, and on top of that, it's like every race a break laps the field. I mean, like every race, and it's just because it's so long and there's so many guys and stuff, and attacking is just non-stop. From all different teams. I mean, in all different countries for that matter. So
there's a lot of good competition.
Yeah, we got Fly V's like basically their best hit squad here, and they've just been cleaning up.
Awesome.
I mean, like 3 guys in a 5-man break that lap the field like every time, and then go on to like win the sprint too. And
so you're getting some lumps.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. I spent a little time today in the break, and that didn't pay out in the long run, but it made me stronger. So
awesome.